Hey everyone, welcome to episode 7 of You, Me, and a Fence Post, the podcast with a sibling's perspective around farming, family, friends, and a whole lot of other random topics. I'm Clint Schaffer.
And I'm Tara Schrock, and today we're going to talk to you about the top 10 jobs we disliked as children growing up on the farm.
All right, Tara, so top 10 worst jobs as a farm kid. So
Top 10, not necessarily worst, but the ones that we disliked the most.
Okay, I think I can get behind this. So where are we going to start? We're going to start at the bottom or the top?
We're going to start at the bottom. We're going to start with 10.
Okay.
Number 10, and then we'll work our way to 1. Number 10 is, for me, as we've kind of assessed this on our farm, was any kind of tractor maintenance.
That's a good one.
And it's not because I'm not self-sufficient. I can change my own oil and all of that. But it was always when I was a kid, it was very scarring to me when Dad would tell me to go get a wrench.
Oh,
and I didn't
never find the right one. Never.
And I'm terrible with sizes. And I didn't know if he was talking about the bolt or the wrench. And I didn't. It literally made me want to run whenever he would be like, "Hey, Tara, can you grab me?"
When I think of tractor maintenance, I think of Dad sending me down all those little rabbit holes in our combine, and it's like, yeah, that bearing all the way down there needs to be greased. Go ahead and crawl on down there, and then I get yelled at for getting grease all over my clothes from Mom. So, that's just part of it.
Well, there was also whenever he would say to get a screwdriver or a hammer or whatever, and if you couldn't find it, it was like, who used it last, and they didn't put it back, and it was just stressful. It was emotionally stressful for me.
I can get behind that. I can understand. So I'm going to go the number 9. I'm going to go with cleaning out the livestock trailer. Now we had cattle up until about 2002, so we grew up with cattle. But I think cleaning out the livestock trailer, we'd always take our cattle to either Rock Island or Galesburg or Peoria. Uh-huh. But Dad demanded that trailer be spotless. You better be able to eat off that floor.
I didn't like it, but I also do not like cow manure.
Oh. So. Remember when you'd hit that cow manure with a power washer and just hope and pray that it didn't come flying back in your face?
Yes, it's a terrible job, and God bless the cattle people out there who still do that to this day.
Yeah, that was no. I remember we had to do that a couple times in the winter too, and I swear
Frozen.
Ice is building up as you're sitting there spraying, so trying to get all the salt off and everything. So
it was number 8 for me as a young child. Was filling up the planter with the small seed bags.
Oh.
And I have never been, and I'm still not, upper body strength is not, a strong suit of mine. And so I always felt like they were impossible to get hoisted up there, opened up, in there without spilling.
Yeah, doing things the way we do now with the seed tender is a lot nicer. But we do always end up, usually at the end of every season, we're still shucking small bags. But I understand what you're saying, because as a kid, you're trying to carry a 50-pound bag around, and it was always and you were balancing on that little walkway that Dad built. You remember that?
Yeah.
Going from the trailer?
From the tailgate of the truck to the platform of the planter. Yeah.
I remember you'd pick one up, and it was one variety would be 35 pounds, and you'd be so excited, and then the next one was 60 pounds, and it's, oh man, it was always brutal picking those heavy ones up. So no, that's a good one. So I think number seven, I'm going to go with stringing out electric fence. So I know building permanent fence, that would have to be up there, but we didn't do a whole lot of that at the old Chaffer Ranch. But stringing out electric fence, we go for miles.
We put miles of electric fence up. That's where we would run our cattle during the winter months on the leftover corn stalks and all of that. I didn't like electric fence building because I didn't ever want to be the tester. And back in the day, it was before we had testers sometimes.
Oh, yeah, the old screwdriver. Hope you didn't get shocked while you're holding that.
And so I didn't like that.
Oh.
Evidently, I'm emotionally scarred on some of these.
Yeah, I think my biggest dislike was, pounding post in, because that was, when we first started doing it, we were pounding it by hand. Uh-huh.
Once again, my upper body strength.
That comes back into play again. The other thing is, when you had a bucket full of old rusty fence posts, They are finger pinching sons of guns in there.
That they are, but we always had gloves at least, so that helped.
Yeah, but little kids and gloves, that's enough. That should just be on the whole list, is no gloves fit a little kid's hands. So
all right, and number 6 is being the grain cart operator.
Oh, hold on. You mean the auger cart driver?
No, the grain cart driver.
Okay. All right.
It's challenging, actually, and I will say that it's still probably challenging because, I mean, if you're not listening, you're not paying attention. KZS 578, could you slow it down now? Sort of thing comes into play a lot. It can be stressful.
I think a majority of you out there, I mean, tell us if we're wrong here, could probably get behind this, because I think we've all been verbally abused as an auger wagon driver. I mean, I think that's just I think that comes with part of the job. So I like that. I like that sitting as number 6, because that can be a pretty stressful one as well.
Well, and then on growing up, we would always I think we spoke about it back in episode 1. We would always pick up the corn cobs
For the squirrel corn.
And so if you had a little bit of downtime in the grain cart, you would get out and go kind of start walking and start filling a 5-gallon bucket full of the squirrel corn.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you just weren't paying attention and you were needed at the other. So I might have had this happen to me a time or two.
Yeah, you better be in that cab if that combine's
maybe
full.
attention deficit disorder comes into play there, and I get my mind on something else, and I'm not a good multitasker. So I would be out picking up squirrel corn while Dad was waiting at the end.
All right. Yeah. So, yeah, and I like I said, I like that one. That one's sitting at number 6. So.
All right. So what's your number 5?
So number 5, you're going to have to wait until Wednesday when we release part 2 of this episode. So that concludes part 1. And again, thank you for joining You, Me, and a Fence Post. Be sure to subscribe if you like the video. Make sure you're ringing the bell to get notified. And remember, this is on YouTube and anywhere that you can get podcasts. We'll see you next time.